Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah wabarakatuh for my fellow Muslim, to my fellow Christian who are viewing my channel. Amani ya Mungu iwe juu yenu. Yes, today we want to speak about set free to obey. That's our topic of the day today. I am very happy for those who are watching my channel and continue subscribing to our channel. Today, years ago, the homes was a place of refuge and a security. Nowadays, down through the centuries, it has been a haven of stability. The homes was a place could flee from the trial, trouble, and difficulties of life. That was the topic of the day. Nowadays, people don't take homes like a security place, like long times ago, where people take homes like our comfort zone. Nowadays, homes have been a place where nobody can find a comfort zone. Enter the doors of your home and you feel secure. Warm, loving embrace and you hugs produce sense of well-being. Home has been the traditional place of family togetherness. The homes has changed in the last 30 years. 21st century's homes are often backlooping. Nowadays, homes of nowadays have been a place where people do war. That's why I call it 21st century's homes, where nowadays you cannot find comfort in homes of these days. Words like abuse, conflict, anger, hostility are common places when describing the home of nowadays. Children often eat on the run. Children are not even also comfortable in the homes of nowadays, where they cannot find any peace. They run, they eat faster so that they can meet other people, their colleagues who are different places. They don't stay at home. That's why you see many challenges facing the situation of current world of the nowadays, where homes have been remain as a prison. People cannot find comfort in those homes. Three, at the best, uh, uh, at the best, at the best, they rush home for meal before leave again. The home has become simply a place to eat and sleep. With the parent working, thousands of children are left to raise themselves. This the situation affecting the homes of nowadays, whereby parents leave the children with the housemaid to raise their children, with them doing their jobs outside the country, some different places, leaving the children, raising themselves because they don't have a parent anymore. They are raising, they are being raised their life by the maid, which is not good. When we were young, we were being raised by the parents. Parents were there to stand with us any moment. We need any help. They were standing with us. Three, four, we read about fragmented families. The number of single parents is growing in our society. The home is changing. The structure of home is different today. If we could be parents could be with their children as the years ago when we were children, the whole society, we could not face these challenges which is affecting these current homes of nowadays, whereby they are single parenting, whereby you see parents being get divorced by their spouse or their loved ones. Some of them decide to be without their husbands. They start raising their children in their own efforts. This 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 situation will make the 30th century, which is coming ahead of us, will be a worse society where people don't get involved in marriages, get involved in raising their family as they were raised when they were young. This one will affect our society of these days. We should change to cover up so that we may make a new society where people have a better future for their children and a better society, which will help many our children which we are producing today to have a better society of changing tomorrow's life. Fifth point, those who study the future are predicting another change which will take place in our homes in the next few years. What they predict are further dramatic changes occurring in the homes. First, they are focusing more, and the more people will work at home. The number of people working at home is growing by the thousand. Million will do most of their shopping online. This one is also another issue which will affect the future generation, whereby you just sit down at home and just use your smartphone doing your shopping online, whereby people are going to the market, going to purchase direct purchasing. Let's stop these characters because these characters will make our children we will not have a better society which will stand in its own. The way our parents stand in their own, where they go to market to do shoppings. Nowadays, shoppings is they are being done online, where you do in your own, and anything you order, you just pay your online, and it will come at your doorstep. This one will make the society which is coming in ahead of us, the 30th century, will be no more. It will be a society of laziness, a society of no production anymore. Production. There's no man work in that coming society. Let's change our. The real question is how families will value survive in the 20th centuries. Now this is the 20th century. It has also affected many people have started doing online work, online shopping. It has affected many communities. What will life be like in your home? How will this this thing be different? What will remain the same? How will this affect your ability to make the home a healthy, nurturing places of your family? Many parents are seriously concerned about what is coming into their homes via the internet. The internet has also affected many people. You see this current situation where we see many children are watching pornography in the internet. There's no shame, a bad dressing code in the televisions and the internet platforms. We see the society is adapting a bad environment. We have abandoned our cultures. Let's go back to our cultures, my fellow viewers. It will help us a lot to have a good society. This the home used to be a sanctuary safe, but today all that has changed. Through television, the internet, excessive violence, sex, and total lack of decency and moral have invade our homes. What happening to our society? Why is there is escalating amount of violence, immorality, greed throughout our nation? What behind the collapse of our moral? How do we explain corporate executive dishonesty leading their companies to bankruptcy to achieve their own gain? Why is this that school violence are exploded? This issue of internet, excess internet television, they teach children indecency has made many communities fall out from their cultural practices. We should go back to our cultural practices. It has a lot to teach us. It has a lot knowledge to teach us. We should go back to our cultural practices. Let us not abandon these cultural practices because they were good. They were meant to teach us, to correct us, to be a good people of the society of tomorrow. My fellow viewers, let's go back to what we were before. It seems more people are being motivated by it. Eight groups are publishing their distorted propaganda public on their bizarre webpage. A high-tech media survive society which offer sex, violence, greed as its prime time viewing in serious trouble. Hollywood movies has penetrated in our home, but what about the content? What about the message that it has to so forcefully? Listen to what on one new web Jen said. If you flip your TV, don't see families anymore. Family life is not part of the canon. It takes a lot of faith to reinstate marriage into your vision of life. This is why what I am trying to teach today is that let's go to our cultural practices. Let us not abandon these cultural practices anymore. They are good teaching which you are taught by our cultural practices. Let's abandon this thing called social media. Let's abandon this thing called television. They teach us, they teach our young ones bad behaviors. Where you see a naked woman walking on your screen, you are with your child. What will your child learn from that content? People are now watching on Hollywood, which have say immorality in them, have sexual pornographic in them. What do we teach our young ones? We should learn to teach our young ones good things so that they can be a better society of tomorrow, not a bad society which will fall down into immorality and violence. That's why you see many families, there are a lot of violence. A man cannot marry. If he marry, he beat his wife. You see men burning their homes with their children. You see nowadays men killing their children by burning the children and the wife. Where does the family goes? Where does this society will survive? People are wicked. You see a young man killing his father or a mother. Where does society is? Let's change and be a good moral society. As I wind up, we'll continue with going through how to set our life free from this social media uh, and internet access because this internet access has fall out of bad characters, bad immoralities. Let's just change from this thing called internet accessibility and all the everything which is currently our digital life where many people have gone astray. Let's set free our cultural practices and go also to the Word of God so that we can be a better society of tomorrow. That's the topic of today. May God bless you as we continue with our next episode. Thank you so much.